Last video, we defined a norm on Rn. Given a point x1 to xn, we said that the norm of x is equal to square root of x1 square plus x2 square plus etc. up to xn squared. Further, we use this norm to define a distance on Rn. Given a point y1 to yn, we said that the distance between x and y is equal to norm of x minus y. Finally, we said that even though we called it distance, this is only tentative. To call something a distance, we need to show that it satisfies some nice properties, and we are yet to show that. To this end, we will define a new structure called the dot product. We call x dot y to be equal to x1 y1 plus x2 y2 etc. up to xn yn. For now, we don't know what this means, but notice that x dot x is equal to norm x square. Further notice that if you define ei to be the vector which has 0 in all places except the ith position, and in the ith position we have 1. If you take this vector and take the dot product of x with ei, then you get the ith coordinate of the vector. This is perhaps easier to understand when n is equal to 2. In this case, x dot e1 is the x coordinate and x dot e2 is the y coordinate. In general, we will show that x dot y has something to do with projection, and once we show that, this will become a natural consequence. We already discussed that we want to show that there is a relationship between projection and dot product. Further notice that if x and y are perpendicular, then the projection of x onto y is 0. On the other hand, if they are not perpendicular, this is not the case. So to show the relationship, we need to show that x dot y is 0 if and only if x and y are perpendicular. To show this, we will first characterize when two vectors are perpendicular to each other. To do this, we will first do some geometric construction. Draw the vector minus y on both these pictures. Further notice that the line from y to x will be the vector x minus y. Similarly, the line from minus y to x will be the vector x plus y. And we can do the same construction in the other picture. Now notice that in this triangle, the line joining this point and the midpoint of its opposite side is not perpendicular. On the other hand, it is perpendicular in this triangle. Why? Because we assumed that x and y are perpendicular to each other. And we know that this line will be perpendicular precisely when these two sides are equal. So, x and y are perpendicular if and only if the length of x plus y is equal to length of x minus y. Let us repeat. X and y are perpendicular to each other if and only if norm of x minus y is equal to norm of x plus y. So to show that x dot y is 0 if and only if x and y are perpendicular, it is enough to show that x dot y is 0 if and only if norm of x minus y is equal to norm of x plus y. And we will prove this next. But before we do that, we need to prove some properties of dot product. The first of this states that x dot y is equal to y dot x. And this is just a simple computation. We know that x dot y is nothing but x1 y1 plus x2 y2 plus etc. up to xn yn. And by commutativity of multiplication, I can write this as y1 x1 plus etc. up to yn xn. And that is equal to y dot x. Similarly, we can show that x dot y plus z is equal to x dot y plus x dot z. and this is a consequence of distributivity of multiplication. Notice that x dot y plus z is equal to x1 into y1 plus z1 plus x2 into y2 plus z2 plus etc. up to xn into yn plus zn. But that is equal to x1 y1 plus x1 z1 plus etc. up to xn yn plus xn zn, which we can again rewrite as x1 y1 plus etc. up to xn yn plus x1 z1 plus etc. up to xn zn, which is equal to x dot y plus x dot z. Next, we can show that alpha times x dot y is equal to alpha times x dot y. This again is simple computation, and therefore I am now going to leave it as an exercise. Finally, you can also check that x dot x is always greater than or equal to 0 and x dot x is equal to 0 if and only if x is equal to 0. Once again, I am not going to prove it. It's a simple exercise and I leave it up to you. Now the preparation for the proof is complete and the proof is a simple computation. First, observe that norm of x plus y whole square is equal to x plus y dot x plus y. But x plus y dot x plus y is equal to x dot x plus y dot x plus x dot y plus y dot y. Notice that x dot x is equal to norm of x square and y dot x and x dot y are equal. Finally, y dot y is equal to norm y square. So we can rewrite norm of x plus y whole square in this fashion. Similarly, norm of x minus y whole square is equal to x minus y into x minus y. As before, this can be simplified as norm of x square minus 2 into x dot y plus norm of y square. Now notice that norm of x plus y whole square is equal to norm of x minus y whole square if and only if these two are equal. But they will be equal precisely when 2 into x dot y is equal to minus 2 into x dot y. That is, norm of x plus y the whole squared is equal to norm of x minus y the whole squared if and only if 4 into x dot y is equal to 0. Further notice that as norm of a vector is positive, norm of x plus y whole square is equal to norm of x minus y whole square if and only if norm of x plus y is equal to norm of x minus y. Further, 4 into x dot y is 0 if and only if x dot y is equal to 0. Combining all this, we get that norm of x plus y is equal to norm of x minus y if and only if x dot y is equal to 0. And we already saw that norm of x plus y is equal to norm of x minus y if and only if x and y are perpendicular. So x dot y is 0 if and only if x and y are perpendicular. Now we will derive the connection with projection using the idea of perpendicularity. Let x and y be two non-zero vectors in Rn. Then draw a perpendicular from x to the line joining 0 and y. This point z is some scalar multiple of y. Therefore, let it be alpha times y. As the line joining x and z is perpendicular to the line joining 0 and y, the line joining 0 and x minus z is also perpendicular to the line joining 0 and y. Thus, x minus alpha y, the vector x minus alpha y and the vector y are perpendicular to each other. Now, we know that x minus alpha y and y are perpendicular to each other if and only if x minus alpha y dot y is equal to 0, which is same as x dot y minus alpha y dot y is equal to 0. But we saw before that alpha y dot y is same as alpha times y dot y. So we can rewrite this as follows. Simplifying, we will get that alpha is equal to x dot y by y dot y. Thus, the component of x along y is the number x dot y by y dot y. If norm of y is equal to 1, then y dot y is 1. Therefore, the component of x along y is just x dot y. And this is what happened when y was equal to ei. X dot ei gave the component of x along ei. Finally, the projection of x along y is y scaled by the component of x along y. That is, it is equal to x dot y by y dot y times y. And with this, we have finally understood the geometric significance of dot product.